What is your ideal global download celebration? How's it, everybody? Celtic Link here. We got another Dokkan battle video for you here today. There has been a lot of talk about what to expect for this year's upcoming global download celebration. We know that we are just a few short weeks away from the second biggest campaign in the 10th anniversary year, right? In February, we had the Dokkan Supreme celebration once the JP anniversary, and now we have the combination of the worldwide celebration and anniversary campaign for Global Dokkan, renamed and pushed together as the Global Dokkan campaign. So I decided, after all the talk we've been doing about what I expect, and based on some of what I think would work the most, based off EZAs and whatnot, I decided to put the question out to you. What do you want to see? So we did a poll over on our community post, right? Some of the biggest theories out there right now currently are a Daima celebration, a GT celebration, Namek celebration to Resurrection of F celebration, or a Future Saga based celebration. These are sort of the leading theories based on the available EZAs. So I put the question out to you, which one of these is your ideal? It would seem as though through the votes, most people have voted for Dragon Ball Daima. Out of the, let's see, our total votes here, right? So out of our 246 votes, we got 61% of you saying Dragon Ball Daima, 15% saying GT, another 16 saying Namek Saga to Resurrection of F, and we have explained why this makes sense. It is the 10th year anniversary of Resurrection of F, as well as there are a lot of movies and Wicked Bloodline EZAs that could work out here, right? So specifically the worldwide 2022 EZAs. And then, of course, there's a ton of Future Saga, and 8% of you voted that you would like to see Future Saga. So let's actually take a look at the comments here, and let's see what you guys said in the comments. So, Senor David, Daima plus GT sounds like a great combo, right? Double monkey, double fun. I do agree with that. That is one of my biggest theories, is that if they do Daima, they may combine it with GT, because my personal opinion is that Daima at the moment doesn't have enough to carry a full celebration, because I don't personally believe they'll both do mini and adult Super Saiyan 4 in the same celebration. We might just see a combination of mini Super Saiyan 4 or adult Super Saiyan 4 and some sort of GT Super Saiyan 4 type celebration with a Great Ape theme. So a lot of people do like that idea. Batman's same thing. Daima GT would go hard. It is the best way to go about it, right? People, right? We got AGL Super Saiyan 4 Goku early in the year, and then the GT Duo EZA, but Great Ape Power / GT is just a few units shy of the best team ever, right? Double monkey celebration would solve that real quick. So I like where these two are at. They kind of read my minds. Final Chaos, his ideal global celebration, would be themed around a universal chaos theory. Now this sounds interesting. I like this. Let's read on. A higher step towards worldwide chaos. Hear him out. The celebration would consist of 3 parts. Each part would cater to DBZ, DB Super, and DB Daima, respectively. For Part 1, Majin Buu's Saga, the long-awaited arrival of LR Kid Buu, intro animation when he arrives in the land of the Kais, and a banner unit would be a new Gohan in Kai clothing. You have me sold right there. That's all you had to say. Super Saiyan Gohan in Kai clothing. There we go. Yep, I'm sold. I don't need any more than that right there. I will summon for this banner unit. Anyways, moving on. Events would focus on Buu Saga, primarily from fights and scenarios when Kid Buu destroys Earth and hops around the universe. A few EZAs remain from Majin Buu Saga, which could also work and revamp the Buu Saga events, right? Oh yeah, we could definitely get a few Dragon Ball stories, right? They could add missions to the Buu Saga stages of the Goku story. We could even get a redo of We could get a Supreme Magnificent Battle from Buu Saga, right? Where we fight the heroes, right? Since we already got the Red Zone Buu Saga, we could get a Supreme Magnificent Battle from Buu Saga. That works, you know. I'm down for that. We could end up fighting, right? Like in the beginning, we fight, say, I don't know, Goten and Trunks from the World Tournament, and then we fight Majin Vegeta, and then we fight Ultimate Gotenks at a later part. Actually, maybe it would start with. Yeah, it would be for the heroes. Yeah, I guess it would have to. Majin Vegeta would have to be the easiest fight. I would hate to say that, but yeah, you fight Majin Vegeta, then you fight Ultimate Gohan, and then Gotenks, and they could have like it could be like a double fight where Piccolo's there as well, and then next you could fight Vegito, and then the final fight would be a double fight against Goku and Vegeta, and then he has like a nuke spear bomb, so you have to like kill him in a bunch of turns. Look, that would be great. I'm already loving this idea. And I just came up with that on the spot, right? Like you have, you know, that'd be pretty cool. So you know what? I'm okay with that. So Worldwide Chaos or Universal Chaos, Part 2, LR Beerus and LR Zamos, depending on the selection, whether or not the banner unit would be the max potential of 8 TURs. Announcement of a new event that randomly selects enemies and timelines based on factors such as team cost. Ooh, you have me sold. I like this. I like these types of gimmicks, like something different. Right, so you enter an event and it selects an enemy based for your team build, right, to challenge you. I like that. Several EZAs available for this part of DBS. Yes, of course, right, as we mentioned, DB Saga, Resurrection of F Duo could fit in here as well. So you know, there's a lot. There's the two. They could do a Destined Rivals for the Tech Vegeta and Fizz Goku Blue in their Whiskey. So you know that you know, I like this, right? And you know, both of these deserve, right? LR Zamos could be a tag with Rose, like this works, right? Or yeah, actually both of these could be tags, right? Tag LR Beerus and Whis, or tag LR Zamos. Both of these actually really work. I like this. All right, and then finally part 3, 2 separate banners, right? Super Saiyan 4 Goku Kid, upon the death number of turns, transforms into adult, right? So okay, so a revive into adult. Okay, that's fair. This would also come with a Degasu banner unit. The other banner would highlight LR King Goma, which has an active skill where he utilizes the third eye and transforms into giant for 2 to 3 turns. The banner unit would be Pansy. Makes sense. They're gonna have to fit her in somehow, some way. The Tamagamis as well. This would also give the final parts of the Time event EZAs for units, and perhaps a free-to-play character like Mini Piccolo. Lots of content possibilities. Wishful thinking, but the ideal celebration. Just want the LR Kid Buu. I mean, I do like this, right? There's a ton of help for villains could come out of this, right? LR Kid Buu. I don't know who, so I'm assuming that he's assuming this is going to go a 6 LR celebration, but split out into 3 parts instead of 4 banners, right? Which I could see. I think it would actually be better to do that. So the part 1 would be Majin Buu Saga. The only problem with that is who would be opposite him, right? Majin Buu, who would be opposite? Because we already have Vegito. We already have Super Saiyan 3 Goku, and you know, they're already doing a tag, so I don't really know who could be opposite them. I doubt we would get a second Vegito in this. Maybe a Dokkan Fest LR kit, like this time, like an actual Dokkan Fest LR Ultimate Gohan, maybe. But that's the only beef I see with this. Obviously, with these, there's easy opposites to them, right? If it's a Moss, an easy opposite is Vegito Blue, since we don't have a tag Vegito Blue yet, so that's an easy fix. Same with this, right? A tag ROF Duo works just fine if it is Beerus as the opposite, or even, right, a DFE LR God Goku could work here too, right? And then this one obviously has an opposite, right? Super Saiyan 4 Goku and Goma, right? So I mean, it could work. I will say I do like the idea of splitting the banners up into 6 separate banners instead of instead of, right, the 4 banners with multiple new LRs on a single banner. We've seen how well that does not work out. Top legendaries are not fun. Let me tell you. Moving on, Super Saiyan 22 Tetris, right? Ideal combo is Daima and Namek in Future. Future is the best in numerous SEZAs and few LR EZAs and reversible exchange unit. Namek and Wicked Bloodline, LR EZAs. Daima quells the unrest. Yeah. I just don't see, so I mean, I think this could work. Again, it would tackle all of the available easy A's. My only issue with this is I don't see the common thread here. I'm not really sure what the common thread between the celebrations are. You could argue the common thread between Daima and Future, are like 2 alternate timelines for Dragon Ball. You could even argue Miraculous Awakening is the theme for Daima and Namek, but the combination of the 3, I don't know if there's a common thread. Maybe I'm not seeing something, right? Let me know what you might think it is in the comments. Moving on, Yuji, we need a buff for Future Saga. Yeah, okay, so he would like to see Future Saga here, which definitely has a lot of EZAs. Vegeta and Trunks could very well EZA at the end of the celebration, much in the way Tech Gogeta did at the end of last year. So, you know, there's always that possibility. Next one, in the lead up to GDC, could be Namek or Daima. The problem with Daima is that they don't want to release every character in one celebration. Suppose we get Mini Forku and Goma for part 1, but what about part 2? Maybe GT, because you can't release Adult Goku and Vegeta as part 2. Doesn't make sense, but with Namek, it's perfectly lined up with great EZAs, like the 2022 worldwide download celebration characters. Do want to see more Daima stuff, but you think Tanabata is the perfect place for Daima. And then that's kind of what I've been saying. Tanabata, if they didn't move Tanabata, that would have been the perfect place to introduce the first part of Daima, which would have been the Mini Goku and Goma. If they're going for GDC with at least 4 LRs, Daima doesn't really work, as I've said in multiple videos, for 4 LRs. It leaves 1 open, which is likely to be the less summoned character, right? Because the only... so... I fully believe they won't do adult and mini in the same celebration. I just don't. And I don't think they're going to pull a mini Goku revive into adult that you only have for a couple of turns. Like, I don't think they're going to do that. So that means, right, at best we're going to get mini Goku. He could be adult by himself, right? But we're not going to get mini and adult together, right? So we'll get one of the Super Saiyan 4s, we'll get Goma, and we could possibly see adult Vegeta, but that leaves 1 LR unaccounted for. And it could be the Tamagamis, right? Legends did get Tamagami 3. So it could be like a Joint Forces Tamagamis. It could be a Joint Forces Pansy and Glorio. Kind of hard to, but I mean, there isn't really, I mean, it could be Piccolo, right? But it's kind of hard to justify the final character, and it won't be it won't be as hype as the others, which, I mean, sometimes there are LRs like that in a celebration, but I feel like the introduction of Daima, it's not best. It could very well happen, but it's not best for the celebration. So moving on, Koro, we got GT. He would love GT, so we can get GT bosses to be a viable team, right? With some GT enemy representation, right? We get a free-to-play. This is what I've been arguing for forever, a free-to-play Shadow Dragons team, as well as EZA, the Int LR Shadow Dragons, right? There are 7 of them, 5 attributes in Dokkan, but making the 2 duos like Raccoon and Goldo could be fixed. Yep, no, absolutely, they could do it, right? Ice and Nova could be separated, or could be a joint forces. They already have a summonable joint forces, so may as well do it again, right? Grade 8 power support with the EZAs of the OG Super Saiyan 4s and Int Super Saiyan 4 Goku. This, I doubt would happen. That's a 2023 LR, so doubt that's happening. But right? These could very well happen for Super EZAs. But we could get Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta Int as a EZA, though. Remarkable Dokkan Fest Baby. Yes, could finally get Baby. He would actually work really well with a Daima GT put together as well. Also wish they would take the episode where Goku was forced to play Monopoly in Hell into a memory that will guarantee your dice rolls. Oh, wow. That would actually be kind of cool, right? Okay, yeah, this would actually be really good for link leveling if you're someone who link levels manually. Super Saiyan 4 Daima Goku sucks. Well, I don't agree with that, but I know that, you know, Daima was not everybody's cup of tea. Daima is going to be some part of it, he feels, maybe a story stage. Well, we are going to get the final story stage during this celebration regardless. But how slowly they're getting new stages, the evidence to some degree that we are getting Daima, yeah. And again, yeah, a lot of evidence, especially with the new assets being found in-game, a lot of evidence does point to Daima being part of it. However, again, I personally don't feel, and a lot of people seem to share this sentiment, that it won't be the full thing, but we shall see. As for the theme of the celebration, sticking to what I commented on the last video, expanding to horizons. Yeah, I did like that theory. That kind of allows it to go both super, it would allow it to cover GT and Daima. So yeah, okay. And then we got Angel here with his, I think this is the final reply here, right? Here's what he thinks for GDC. Part 1 GT, Part 2 Daima, Part 3 Namek Saga, Part EX TYR Deborah and Bobbity tag unit. But okay. All right, so part 1, you have me intrigued here because none of this connects. Part 1 units Super Saiyan 4 Goku and Vegeta tag switch into Gogeta side, failed fusion Usher Vegeta side. I don't know how this would work because they didn't have the failed fusion, but so that would have to be Dokkan Original. And tag switch Omega and Nova revival in a standalone Omega Nova side and Shadow Dragon's perma buff Omega side. That could be cool. Yeah, actually, I do like this. I like this Omega. That'll be a way to kind of bring in a new, especially since they already did a revival Omega. This would be a new, kind of a new take on it. So I'm okay with that. Part 2, Super Saiyan 3 Goku Mini into Super Saiyan 4 Goku Mini intro animation. Goma being the #1 unit in the game. Yeah, it kind of happens with these worldwide villains, doesn't it? Part 3 base Goku and to Super Saiyan Goku full power Frieza, final form Frieza to full power Frieza with Rage. Yeah, see, a lot of people are assuming 6 LRs. I see the Part 1, Part 2, Part 3, and I don't think it's going to be 6 LRs, but this could be cool. But I still don't see the connection between the three. How do we go from GT, Daima to Namek? All right, EZAs in Part 1 for Int Gogeta, Shadow Dragons, Tech Shenron, Fizz Nova Shenron, STR Super Saiyan 4 Vegeta, and Base Kid Ku. Alright, yeah, makes sense. Wait, what? No, 8-year LR are not EZA. No, that's not happening. Okay. Part 2 EZAs for Goku and Vegeta Mini. He's talking about the story ones, and then Part 3 EZA Tech Piccolo, Final Form Cooler, and Super Saiyan Goku. Part EX Fizz Deborah gets his EZA and LR Super Saiyan 3 Goku and Vegeta. What? Yeah, the 8-year anniversary LRs are not EZA in here. I don't know what this is about, but and I'm still not sure why. How did we get to Majin Buu Saga from Namek? I am so confused here. Yeah, no. And then for Super EZAs, Super Saiyan 4 Goku and Super Saiyan 4 Vegeta. Super EZAs in Part 2, no one unless STR Vegito Blue, the free-to-play one. And then Part 3 EZA, the Ginyu Force LR and Fizz LR, STR Frieza. Oh yeah, they could do EZA, the Tech Ginyu, and the Fizz Ginyu, and then Super EZA, the first form Frieza Prime Battle. So, yeah, okay. And then Super EZA and Bobbity. Yeah, that just doesn't make I'm a little confused about the correlation between all those. This just seems like a bunch of random stuff. Good ideas. I like, again, GT and Daima works together. Daima and Namek, I think, works together. But the combination of all of these just really doesn't seem to work together. And then we had one last one here from our Discord. All right, Charisma here. Daima GT would be the perfect scenario. Super Saiyan 4, Goku Mini, and Goma seem like the general safe picks. Daima LRs. And after showing the categories for Goma and the leak, someone had mentioned a dual category of Demonic Power and Terrifying Conquerors could go hard. We could easy a cooler LRs to lead if he leads Terrifying Conquerors. GT part could go several directions. Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta versus Sen/Omega. An interesting idea would be Super Saiyan 4 Vegeta and Super Baby 2. Baby hasn't had a new unit. Yeah, I do like this, Vegeta versus Vegeta thing. I've said that for a while, that this would be a good part 2. And then Baby hasn't had a new unit in a while, and Baby would be under Terrifying Conquerors, which would work with Goma. This absolutely does work. I do like that, especially since Omega kind of got covered in 2023. So, all right, so that takes it all, right? Like I said, I just wanted to see where the community is at, and it seems like a lot of people are thinking Daima plus GT, or Daima by itself could work. I am curious to see all together, but I do, I'm curious to see what happens when it all comes together. Daima and GT do seem like the obvious choices, but, there definitely are some others out there, especially when we consider the easy A's. Personally, I do think that it will be more GT centered with Daima Super Saiyan 4 to the side. But, I'm curious to see what else you guys are thinking. If you weren't able to comment on the post, let us know in the comments down below of this video what you're thinking. So guys, that is it for the video. If you like the video, make sure you hit that like button, subscribe to the channel if you have not already, and in the comments down below, let us know what you think it could be if you weren't able to catch us on the post. Otherwise, guys, as always, thanks for watching, and aloha.